Hello there, guys. Welcome back to another one. It's Daniel that was still here behind the cam. I'm sorry, there's no face cam today. There's not going to be my full face reaction of how everything is or how happy I am because yeah, this was one of my best score that I've made for a very long time. Even in the old predictions, I was hammering on this that I actually do see Spain winning France, and this was even before the World Cup actually started. And yes, I know they're the team that are back to reaching the final at the present moment, but there are still some problems. They still have some problems. But before we go into that, just as you've seen on your screen right now, actually already, Spain has beaten France in the semi-finals of the World Cup, and France is out 2-0 to Spain. Whereas about taking the lead with a penalty, which was a clear foul on Yamal. But actually, if I was looking at it, it was kind of an initiation from Yamal. But in all of those cases, you cannot call that an initiation because he was actually going for the ball, or there's a possibility he was going for the ball with his shoulder in a way to control the ball and bring the ball down for his own self. Well, actually did initiate that foul, and in a normal sense, some people could have called it as not a foul, but because of that contact from Digne's leg to Yamal, that is a blatant foul for me. So, looking at it right, Spain beat France 2-0. But what are the key things? We're all talking about the midfield, how they control this, how they are going to control it, who are the personalities that Spain do have in the midfield and all of that. But one thing that surprised me most was the defense. The defense line was actually so good in the sense that they just kept on doing that eye line of Barcelona. And this game now began to look like Real Madrid versus Barcelona once again, like an El Clasico. But even though yes, it did look like it, but kudos to that backline. Mark Cucurella, oh my god. This is why I'm going to keep on calling you a snake. Because at the end of the day, right, you just betrayed the whole of Chelsea. We kept on telling everybody in the whole world how good this Mark Cucurella is. Yes, he does not have the height. Yes, he does not have like the flair of Nuno Mendes. He does not have the height of Nuno Mendes. Or he does not even have the height of maybe a Pedro Pro or all of that. And he's one of the most hated player that used to be the most hated player in Chelsea at the moment, and even in the world. And I'm even beginning to hate him right now because of him leaving Chelsea. But looking at it, I know. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know it's a little bit boring just looking at just a blatant screen that is not even moving a lot. But yeah, if you've been here from a very long time, you would be here for my analysis and some of my dry jokes. But very good taking penalty from Yazabal, and it went on. It went on. But at the end of the day, right, everything I did say did happen because I said who has the better defense. Yes, you guys will look at it as Spain do have the better sorry, France do have the better defense because of a William Saliba, Upamecano, and also this guy that comes off the bench, Theo Hernandez, and Maxence Lacroix, Lacroix, and Ibrahim Kunate. Because of all of these guys, actually, that defense line do look solid. But if we're looking at it from athleticism point of view and experience, the ability to gel together because they've all played together in the same sense of view, that Spain backline was so much underrated. Pedro Porro, Kubasi, Laporte, Cucurella, even with Laurent coming on and all these other defenders that they do have. Yes, I've watched these guys at Atletico Madrid and at their various clubs, and I could tell you that there is the ability for them to gel on like as the competition goes on. I said it, that was the point I was hammering on that there is the ability for the Spanish team to keep on gelling on together as the competition goes on. They will keep on getting better. But now they're in the final. It just depends on them. Will they relax or not? But then coming to France, right? It still points out my view of Mbappe every time. Yes, I know I've not said a lot about him in this World Cup. That's because I will not say I'm not moved, but I'm not so uh over the moon about what he's doing because yes, he's Mbappe and he's meant to be a world class player. But at the end of the day, it's costing them that number nine position because they feel he can do everything that a striker can do, which in a sense He cannot. Someone like an Haaland does better than him in some situations. He does better than Haaland in various situations. But in the sense when Haaland begins to control the ball better and then link up better with his players, you will see Haaland thrive more than Mbappe. I'm sorry. There is no hate on Mbappe, but I'm just saying it. So like an Oyarzabal now that is actually very old. He's already old and you can say in his closing career age, you can see much things that he do. Yes, he's not as athletic as Mbappe. He's not really fast. It's not all of that. But you can see all of those movements in the box. Even though sometimes he himself has some problem in his head. But that's just it. Bakula, the midfield of France is not as strong as the midfield of Spain. Like, I'm just calling it as it is, right? Yes, I know you're using Ulisse there, but that front four makes that midfield weak. I am and I'm very sorry because I've not said this in a long time. But it's just like Real Madrid once again. Like literally just like Real Madrid again. Germany in that midfield with Valverde and then playing Adagule as a number 10 and all of that. It's not strong enough. Like seeing a Rodri, and I'm not even going to begin to say Olmo or Fabian Ruiz because those two players they piss me off at the moment. Not even at the moment. They used to piss me off very well, like a lot of times. But looking at it, Rodri, Olmo, Ruiz, this is not even the strongest that they could have. The strongest that they could have was Pedri with Rodri and then Ferran Torres. Sorry, not Ferran Torres. Femi Lopez. Femi Lopez. That's just the truth of matter. But that midfield three is not there. And even their makeshift, I will call this a makeshift midfield three of Spain, did a wonderful job yesterday against France. And it's just, yes, it took a lot of people by surprise, but it also took me by surprise in the sense that what I actually did say or analyze as the weakness of France in the gelling of their defense or in some mistakes that their defense can make, and also their attacks being not so, yes, very fluid, very very fluid, most fluid attack that we could ever see. And we were all saying this team has to win the World Cup because they are just too strong. They are just too strong. But in a situation where the defense locks up that attack, it was just looking like the end. It was just looking like the end of it. France did play very well beginning minutes, but that island from Spain just deaded everything. He just deaded everything. And one thing that was looking that they could have changed, or that Didier Deschamps could have changed, was remove these two immediately, simultaneously, actually, Digne and Bakula, and use Doué, Desiree Doué, and Theo Hernandez. I don't understand why he had to wait until 70 something minutes before he brought on Theo Hernandez. You could see Yamal was cooking up Digne, and Bakula was not really like helping so much in tracking back. Yes, he did track back at some cases, but not so much. And Pedro Porro really was doing all of the dirty work of their man. Him and Rodri, they were doing all of the dirty works, everything that they could do. So Dini and Bakula, I felt they could have come off the pitch half time, bring in a Due and Theo Hernandez, more athleticism, more flair, more dribbling skills, more everything like that. But he brought in Ryan Cherky later on for Ulisse. Bring in for Dembele, put Ulisse on the right, move Mbappe to the left, then bring in a striker, spam those crosses in, try to stress Kubasi. By the end of the day, Spain came out with the win, and I'm very happy because it's just one thing that I actually did see coming in the World Cup. Out of a lot of things I've predicted wrongly, this is one thing I'm predicting rightly. And then tomorrow we are going to see England versus Argentina. This is going to be another wonderful game. And I've predicted Argentina winning. Now it's looking very scary because Scaloni does not want to change these people. Scaloni does not want to change these people. He keeps on going with this same uh starting 11 with Molina and De Paul. But at the end of the day, they've been getting the job done. These two managers, they've been two lucky people. Thomas Tuchel and Lionel Scaloni. Both of you have been lucky. Two lucky managers. Another one was Ancelotti. Ancelotti has gone. The other one was this Ghana manager. That one I just literally detest him because of what he does not even do anything with the Ghanaian team. I don't know why they're still keeping him. There's no need of sacking him. I feel you guys they should sack him. Now, but still on this England versus Argentina game, Argentina to take the win. And I'm sorry, England is going to be a very. I love England so much. I love the team. I love the passion in the team. But at the end of the day, it's mentality versus mentality. Who is going to come out with that fight, with that more fighting spirit? Anybody England brings off the bench is going to, you can say, have maybe more quality than the people Argentina has. But are they going to have more fighting spirit than who Argentina is going to bring off the bench? Argentina, anybody they bring off that bench, anybody that comes off the bench is going to keep on fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting. Same thing with England, same thing with the Three Lions, but at the end of the day, who is going to fight more? And I think Pickford is a fraud goalkeeper at the moment. He's been acting like like someone that doesn't know what he's doing. Literally, he's been doing the most. He's doing as if he wants England to lose. And Emiliano Martinez has not been the most convincing goalkeeper. But that's it for me. I'm taking Argentina to win. I'm sorry I don't come on with the video earlier because yeah, my cam did uh yeah, something happened. Very bad story. But as soon as I can get it sorted, my face is going to come back. But love you guys. Thank you guys for always being there, for subscribing, for liking, for some of you putting down your comments, telling me what you think. But see you guys in the next one. England versus Argentina's review after the game. This World Cup is doing the most. But catch you guys later. Up the Chels.